I had to bring the biddies outside for a little fresh air and sunshine today. It's such a beautiful day. I thought you guys might get a kick out of seeing them outside in a little Lexi pen. Just doing what chickens do. Scratching around and stuff. Now the problem is I brought them out in this pen maybe a few days early, because they can still squeeze through that little tiny gap. It's only like 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. But they can squeeze through it if they push themselves, especially if Lily gets over there and scares them. They'll force themselves through that fence, so got to keep her away from them for a little bit until they get bigger. But she's got to learn to leave them alone anyway. Man, there's nothing prettier than seeing little chickens out in the grass, huh? And they're just having a ball, mowing that down, getting all the bugs out of it, which is exactly why I like having poultry up here on the farm in Alaska. Lily, get back. Leave them. Good girl. It's almost more than a Labrador can stand, seeing birds on the ground and not being able to fetch and retrieve them. But I'm not training Miss Lily to be a hunting dog. I'm training her to take care of the flock. So she's got to learn her place here. And, you know, the chickens are having a field day. So are the duckies. See if I can zoom in on that. I see the duckies out in the quail pen. Lily, get back. Lily, no. You see the duckies right next to the water bottle inside there. I raised the lid to give them some sunlight. And that can kind of show you how the heat lamp is fixed inside there. I just mounted a ceramic fixture up to the ceiling and then using a 125 watt heat bulb. That's what they had last night, and it was just fine for them, even though it got down to 38 degrees last night. That's an insulated box. Even though the door is open, they stay nice and cozy inside as long as the wind's not blowing too hard. If the wind's blowing too hard, then I'll come out here and put a board over that and close them in completely. Something. Damn, I hate when bugs fly in my mouth. Pardon me, folks. Ugh. Anyhow, beautiful day here on the farm. I'm kind of wasting a little time right now. I'm waiting for the delivery truck to get here. I've got to run some errands and pick up some parts so I can finish the cleaning out of the chicken coop, and then these guys can be outside permanently. I got to pick up a roll of wire, and I've got to get an electrical box so I can get the heat lamp working inside there. And probably should pick up another bag of pine shavings. I've got one. I won't need any now until the next batch of bitties come, and that's going to be in 2 weeks. I got baby turkey poults coming. Chickies out in the yard. You know, I see a lot of these homesteading channels and these farming channels, and they talk about equipment and repair and fixing this and fixing that, because, you know, they're hay farmers or they're grain farmers. You know, like the One Lonely Farmer guy, you know, he's just raising hay. He doesn't seem to raise anything else but just hay. So his farming channel is all about fixing equipment, which of course is what you do when you're a hay farmer. You cut, rake, and bale hay and sell it and stack it and load it and haul it. But that's all you do. And then, you know, you've got people like the fellow in I think it's Wisconsin that has a show on how farms work. And, you know, he's a grain farmer. So he just shows them out working on equipment, tractors, and going out and planting and raising and harvesting their grain, combining it. And it's, you know, monoculture kind of farming. Which some people argue that, you know, today's society has forced people to become more efficient. Well, you know, I don't think that's more efficient. I really don't. I think, you know, you lose the whole the whole farm, where you've got all these different critters working in symbiotic harmony with one another. Yes, you still raise your hay. Yes, you still have your grain fields and you raise them. But, you know, you also have your milk cow, you also have your beef cows, you also have your hogs, your chickens, your turkeys, your ducks, your geese. All of these animals contribute to the farm. In a previous video I talked about chickens. Well, let's talk about ducks. Ducks are great at weeding. They are much better at eating flies than chickens are. They provide beautiful, beautiful down for making really high quality pillows and blankets. Feathers, which can be added to the compost pile. Of course, excellent meat. Some breeds of ducks are excellent layers. They tend to be good alarms in that they squawk and make a bunch of noise. And of course, then they also add fertilizer to the ground as they go around, and they do mow. Ducks will mow grass. They will eat grass and keep it mowed down nice and neat for you. So, you know, there's its jobs. Chickens, obviously, these guys are mowing. They're eating bugs. They lay eggs. They provide feathers, fertilizer, and of course meat. Not to mention copious amounts of entertainment. I mean, look at that. That's just, I could sit here all day and just watch 20 chickens playing out here in the grass. I mean, that's entertainment right there, folks. That's, you know, lowering your blood pressure. I don't know if you can hear me, Doug. Taking care of yourself and you know, just relaxing around the farm. So I think it's important that we get back to the family farm, the whole farm, where we're raising all the different animals in unison. You know, if we're making our hay, we're making our hay so we can feed our cows, so that we can have our beef and we can have our milk. If we're raising our grain, we're harvesting our grain so we can have our grain to feed our animals on our farm for our own use. Do you want to expand what you're doing in grain or in hay so that you can make a cash crop out of it? Well, that's certainly your prerogative, and depending on your land and circumstances and available equipment and labor force, you know, those are viable options. But boy, you know, when you've got the fields and the equipment and the ability to put in your own wheat, oats, barley, corn, and then you have the ability of taking that feed and harvesting it and feeding it to your own critters, boy, your meat bill sure goes down substantially. And you know, there's ways and there's equipment to do that economically. I was on YouTube and I saw this video. I'll see if I can put a clip on it in here. And it was the coolest little round baler. It made little round bales the size of suitcases. It's a walk-behind unit that anybody can get out in the field and walk around. You go out with your walk-behind mower or sickle mower and you mow it off, and then you rake it around with hand rakes, and you come back with this little baler and bale it up. Now you've got nice little round bales for feeding your goats, cows, pigs, even putting out for your poultry. I know my pigs love eating a little bit of hay now and then. So there's ways of downscaling besides just upscaling the farm, and it doesn't take a lot, folks. 5 acres, you can make a living and support your family on 5 acres. Just put a quarter acre to a half acre in vegetables, and you'll have enough cash crop out of that to take to the farm market to earn the money you need for all the incidentals that you need cash for. Put in a hydroponic system. I'm going to show you how to assemble one of those here pretty soon. Lots of ways of making money down on the farm without having to sit in that cubicle every day. I don't know if you can hear that. What I hear is a lot of no noise except for the ducks playing in their pen and the chickens out here playing in their pen, cucking and scratching around. I can hear the pigs snorting off in the distance, and I can hear the bugs flying around making noise. And I can hear a gentle breeze blowing through the aspen trees. And that's it. Boy, if that isn't a great way to lower your blood pressure, huh? Lily, leave them alone. You scared them. I'm sorry, dog, but you do. There you go. Go chase a butterfly. She loves chasing butterflies. Well, guys, did you get your chicken fill? There you go for today. You have a nice day. We'll talk to you more tomorrow.